not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater. It will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised.
Yo, yo, yo. We back at it. It is May 15th, 2017, and we are testing. Okay, tonight's segment of the No PC Show is in the news segment, and we're going to get right into it. First, this is just crazy. The woman that ran over the young lady, the 18-year-old, who was seeing her ex or her baby's daddy or whatever they want to call it these days, has been arraigned on murder charges. And they gave a full detail today on what went down. Apparently, this 24-year-old and the 17-year-old were arguing on Facebook. And I know my wife was all over the screen last night looking it up, but I'm not even going to go that far because it's just ridiculous. The 17-year-old felt bullied, talked to the young man. He didn't try to really squash it. He was like, well, do whatever you got to do. So apparently the 17-year-old and the 24-year-old got in a fight. I don't know if the 17-year-old got the best of her. China Stapleton, 24, her mugshot has her with her face bandaged up, but that could have been from hitting this young lady. And they said she jumped in her car. The young lady was walking away. She ran over, pinned her up against the car. Somehow, some clothing or something got stuck and dragged her underneath the car. She then proceeded to go in reverse and then go back forward and run this young lady over. And only thing people could do is stand around and look. Now, there's no way on earth anybody's going to have sympathy for this woman. And she had a 13-year-old cousin in the back. What type of craziness is this? Well, you're not even with the dude. Yeah, y'all got a baby, but who knows what he was into? I don't want to call him a deadbeat dad or anything like that, but he about to move on. You're going to be in jail. She's going to be in the grave. And he's going to be back stroking it with somebody else. That's the sad reality of this. And obviously, he didn't want you no more. And you couldn't accept it. It's just ridiculous. Another story in the news is the revision of the Sandra Bland Act. That's why I always tell people, they give you something and then they take it away because they never intended to give it to you in the first place. So there's been some revisions to this act, and it passed unanimously in the Texas Senate, basically stating that now you have to have a bigger burden of proof when a cop does something. Like, at first they were going to have to be under all this additional scrutiny. So now they don't have to be under all that scrutiny. All it is, I don't need to have an abundance of proof to pull you out your car to do the exact same things that led to her being put in the jail for no reason. who was in jail for 3 days for a lane violation, which normally you could have walked away. And as we all know the story, he instigated it, by telling her to put out her cigarette. She didn't have to pull her cigarette out. It's all types of little laws that say, oh, well, if he felt endangered from a cigarette. So they put it out there, and now they're pulling it back. It says here, essentially described to the Associated Press, a mental health and awareness piece of the legislation has been slimmed down to focus on providing mental health and de-escalating training for jailers. It will also provide mental health care, access to, and increased supervision of inmates. I don't think she was in a mental state. I think she said something about being a little bipolar, but it didn't seem like she was in a mental state then. And like I say, he's the one that pushed it, and you saw everything on the video, and he was eventually dismissed. But what does that do for her family? What does that do for the next people that find themselves in this situation? The lawmakers should be ashamed of themselves. If it's going to be a bigger burden of proof to show that you were harassed or anything, then that's crazy. It says right here, the latest version of the legislation which unanimously passed the Texas Senate last week has been stripped down of provisions that will require a higher burden of proof for stopping and searching vehicles. Basically saying there was no real reason to escalate this to the level he did. And that was put in the bill, but guess what? They stripped that down, so no, I can go right back to doing what I was doing beforehand. Crazy. Last but not least, we got Miss Monique. Went in on Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels. Let me play that for you.
I was white boy by some black dicks who had no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Mr. Tyler Perry. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey. No, baby, I wasn't blackballed. I was fucked up by some niggas who had no balls. And see, I know they like to say, Monique, you talk too motherfucking much. It would kill me not to say the real shit. It would kill me not to say the real shit. You are not paying me equally. You are not treating me fairly. So y'all can suck my dick if I had one. The phone was ringing and the scripts were coming. And when people say, Monique, where have you been? It's not that I haven't been on TV or been in the movies because I've been blackballed, as Mr. Daniels has said. The offers just didn't make sense, Dawn. So again, the phones didn't stop ringing and the scripts didn't stop coming, but the offers that were associated with them were offers that what are my sisters being offered that didn't win the award or wasn't nominated? And what does it say to the little girl who's not here yet? That if we continue to accept these low offers, however do we make it different and make a change?
Okay, I want to play this. This was Lee Daniels on.
It's kind of crazy what happened to Monique. But, that's what happens to all of us. And it's called playing the game. And if you're not going to play the game based upon the rules where they always win, then you have to play the game where you win or you lose. Basically saying, you got to get your own game. Monique won the Oscar. Usually Oscars come with all these $20 million offers and such in these leads. But no, you're not playing the game. You're not capitulating to the Hollywood establishment. And we do believe that you're not succumbing to the gay regiment that we put out here in Hollywood. It's, you have to do what you have to do, girl. That's basically what they're saying. And then she's calling out Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels. And probably especially Lee Daniels, because she the one helped him put it on. She took $50,000 for that movie, and I think that movie made $50 million or something like that. It made some large number. He didn't come back and say, here's a bigger check, here's a piece. He just turned around and said, F you, and walked away from the woman. You know, oh, she's not willing to promote it and this and this. She got $50,000. You know, I don't know what's in the contracts. If the contract said you had to do it, then you had to do it. But if it didn't say, and I got 50,000, and I know you sitting on 50 million, and you haven't made that call back and said, hey, let me take care of you. We know Oprah and Tyler Perry are in that same circle. I mean, let's be honest, black people. Black people in these circles are not going to mess up their money to mess with you. Sad but true. They just not going to do it. And we'll have to talk about that on another show at another time, but that's one of our biggest problems. I mean, we just did a show called The Gatekeepers a few weeks ago. It's these people in these positions that have been, one way or another, allowed to be in these positions by the establishment that keep a lot of stuff of oppression on you. Oprah's got her own production thing. Tyler Perry's got her own production thing. And Lee Daniels has production deals. Yet none of them are going to take a chance on Monique, well, especially now that she came out and says, suck this. But, I mean, it's crazy. She got to get in where she fit in. We'll see you guys on Thursday. We're going to do a show in dedication of Malcolm X. It'll be his birthday Friday. So we want to put together a little something, and we hope to see everybody Thursday. And the dial-in number for the show on Thursday will be 1-872-267-2552. This will be the call-in number, and we probably won't open that to about 7:45. So until then, love, peace, soul. We out of here.
Step out of the car. I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove you. I refuse to talk to you up until I identify myself.
Now if you're woman, ain't no revolutionary should persuade you to be a fucking slave for the rest of your days. Should be grooming you on how to behave, teaching you how to cool and buck dance so that you can be safe. If that brother ain't no rider, soldier, no provider, motor of young minds, check it out, you got yourself a bitch. He about the time that you invested in. If he's wearing a skinny jeans, you a lesbian. For every 100 black women who ain't locked up, it's only 83 black men remain. Take away 1.5 million black men who might have benefited their women and their children. You don't know a war when it's waged against you, when it makes you drive your baby mama to the clinic just to kill your own. Ain't no legacy to leave behind, cause ain't nobody sitting on your throne. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Sandra Bland was a rider. She wouldn't have committed suicide, and you a motherfucking liar. It would not be wise to stop when you hear sirens and you see the police behind you, but you don't wanna die. They gon' shoot you if you run. They gon' say that you was going for the police gun. That's why they shot you like 120 times, but you was still coming, so they put another bullet in your lung. Them devils got you praying while they murder, because they know you on that bullshit. They steady with them bull clips and body armor. They kill your women in the street, cause they figure you too weak to do anything about it. You some shit, getting fucked in your sleep. They poison you every time you brush your teeth. You don't care, you behave like a slave. A bitch from the cradle to the grave, on your knees with your hands out, begging cause you won't. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga.